In the last few years, or even let's say since the 60s and 70s, many people have been asking themselves this question and gone on a journey towards it. Meaning, can I be spiritual but not religious? So, what does that mean? First of all, I want to briefly say what, according to my understanding, it doesn't mean. And it's not about having visions, hearing voices, having angels or ghosts appearing and making you so big, so important. You know, you are somehow being chosen by higher entities and so forth. What I talk about when I use the word spirituality is that very simple scientific fact that we are interconnected. Us and the universe, we are interconnected. Now, and I'm not saying this in a very mystical way, and scientists, astronomers, and cosmologists shouldn't run away saying, oh my God, what is he talking about? It's very simple, okay? The very atoms and the particles within the atoms, you know, the quarks, that make us, me and you, make everything in the universe. It is simple. That is, you know, there is no way around it. And most of these quarks were created at the very beginning of the universe with the Big Bang. They were concentrated together, and then somehow, you know, they've been reproducing and expanding. So the only slight difference, let's say, that a spiritual person has against pure science is that it says somehow there is a kind of intelligence within us, or sensation or feeling, where this connection is felt. Yes? So I want to go and look for this, to go to explore that within me, but without having to take a really old book and memorize it and believe it 100% and have no more cognition, no more intelligence, no more intellect, and being able to find for myself what resonates and doesn't. So, but a very important step towards this spiritual but not religious is to feel that if we are truly connected to the whole of life, so it's a bit like I'm in you and you are in me, and everything is within us and we are within everything. Okay? In the Gospel of Thomas, it says it quite beautifully. You know, when you make the outside the inside, the above the below, you know, then you will understand your true nature. So when you begin to feel this, a very important step is that then you will start feeling the universal law. This law, I will narrate it as it is in the Sermon of the Mount, in the Gospel. And Jesus, after he gives this long sermon, he says, but all these things that I've told you, you know, behave in this way and in that way, have an open heart, you know, when others attack you, don't attack back, and so forth. But all of that can be condensed just in these words. The whole teaching I gave you. Do unto others as you would like others to do to you. And you can turn it around and say it like other religions have said it. Don't do unto others what you would not like others to do to you. So don't unnecessarily hurt and humiliate people, because you wouldn't like other people to do that to you. And be supportive, be caring whenever possible, because that's what you would like people to be like with you. So if you can imprint this understanding within your heart, you are on your path towards this experience of unity. And it is quite a beautiful experience because you can still be your personality, like the universe is experiencing itself like you, this very particular person, me, Carlo. So I can be Carlo and have my own life, my own story, my own unicity, because there has never been and probably there'll never be someone else like me. Yet at the same time, I can do it, feeling a sense of unity, of resonance. Okay? So if you can understand that, you are already on the path towards this spirituality that transcends narrow thinking. Because in narrow thinking, they say these laws have been given, and because they were given thousands of years ago, and they were given by some kind of very strict and angry person, you cannot change anything. So your own spiritual intelligence cannot flower within you, because this understanding of unity and the universal law is something that grows, that becomes more and more flowery, more colorful. It opens your heart more. Okay? So that is the first step. Another step is to make an effort to understand yourself. I'm not saying to too much scrutinize and depress yourself and so forth, but just being aware. Now, personally, I like very much mindfulness, and I would strongly advise you to look at some of my videos on mindfulness, because it teaches you the necessary steps and so forth. And mindfulness is not even religious, you can believe in God or you don't have to, but it is about feeling your body, feeling your breath, and then going into your feelings, into your mental makeups, and releasing it and letting go of it and flower from within. So this understanding of what it is that separates us, these feelings that we have, it's okay to be I, to be me, to be unique. I've got nothing against it, but play with the orchestra. Don't be an instrument that is out of tune. So it is mindfulness. It is about understanding contractions that we have, and hostility and hatred, which then the depression that comes out of it, and is gradually through our breath and to our empathy and towards our loving feelings, gradually letting go of it, and then allowing that sense of unity to flower within. So that can be done. And then this sensation of being present here and now, and trusting, and not being at war with life, it helps your life to flower as much as possible, according to your circumstances. But it allows it to flower, to things to come to you at the right time, in the right way, because you're not forcing things. You're not going, I want. This is not what I'm talking about. But when you're living with a certain openness and tranquility, then sometimes, you have some beautiful things that can meet you, but they could be just very simple, but they are quite touching, quite meaningful. Okay? And of course, maybe there is karma, maybe there are certain things. Life will probably never be the perfection you want it to be, although some people tell you that, yeah, you can get that. It is, part of life is also sometimes suffering, sometimes our time comes, to go and so forth. But you can walk through life with a sense of trust, of repose, tranquility, yet at the same time be full of energy giving and receiving and laughing, you know, and smiling, yet at the same time being also quite understanding and quite deep. So in a way, your life becomes quite religious. There is religiousness, there is spirituality, okay? But you are not bound in things which are written in stone and have no capacity of growth and transformation in them. That is what we need to run away from, you know, if really we want to do something positive for ourselves and for the world. But so although you run to certain away from certain destructive aspects of our past, as I said, you're still living a life of unity, a life where you grow with people, where whenever possible you avoid conflict and you bring resolution, and you can sometimes sit and just being blessed just for being there, nothing else, not because something has happened or because you have received anything, because something has been given or you have achieved. There is a sense of peace and joy just because you are. Okay? So have a happy journey on the path till we meet again.